If you've ever felt like you are drowning in a sea of tasks and deadlines, don't worry because I have 5 game-changing strategies to share with you. Hi, my name is Samantha. I'm an online business manager and Asana systems specialist. If you are new around here and you enjoy saving time and mental energy in your online business, then you're going to want to hit the subscribe button and like this video if you like what you see. In my business, I help other online business owners set up and get the most out of the free version of Asana. If you'd like to learn more about my services, head to the description box below and the links will be there for you. All right, let's get into it. Managing multiple projects and keeping track of deadlines can seem like a never-ending game of catch-up, but don't worry, with these tips, you will be the boss of your to-do list in no time. So here are 5 ways I stay organized and stay on top of my work projects, and you can too. So first is to embrace tech. Find a work management tool that is going to help you stay organized and on track. I personally feel that digital is the way to go over like having a physical planner. Digital makes it so much easier, especially when you need to move things around, reprioritize, or create a big project like an online course. I would love to know where you stand on this. Do you prefer digital or do you prefer physical? Leave a comment down below with either digital or physical and let us all know. Okay, back to finding a tool that helps you stay on track and organized. Asana accomplishes this and more. It's no secret how much I love Asana, but Asana is not just a to-do list. I rely on Asana to always keep me on track, to make sure that nothing slips through the cracks and I don't drop the ball. Asana allows me to arrange tasks by priority, set deadlines, and delegate as necessary. If you want to see everything that I organize in Asana, I actually created a video on that recently. So click the link showing somewhere up here, open it in a new tab, and go watch it after you watch this video. All right, so my next tip for staying organized and on top of your projects is to start small. I know you have big ideas, I do too, but it is so important to break those big, overwhelming ideas down into small, manageable, actionable steps. I'll share an example here with you on how to turn a big project into those small, actionable steps. All right, so what you want to do is open up a project in Asana and title it what you need to title it, and then just start writing down all of those tiny little tasks that you need to do. And then you can either separate them into sections now as you're thinking of them or later, but some of them might just be more general. So you can go, sign up with Squarespace, for example, and then you're going to want to choose your template. And then you're going to want to create your pages, but even that is going to be broken down. So you can click into this one and create subtasks for that. So then you're going to have your home page, your about page, your services, etc. So that can all go in there, and you can put any notes you need to in there by clicking this little bubble here. All right, so say this was your list of things that you needed to do, right? So you've put all the things you can think of, all those small, little, achievable, actionable steps out, and you probably have more than this, but these are some ideas to get you going. And then you can go ahead and separate them into sections to make this even more organized for you. Okay, so you can, for example, start a section like this stuff is the website specific stuff, because you also have some like email marketing in here that goes along with your website. Because if you use Squarespace like me, it was all one. It's like all in one. So if you're using an all-in-one program, then you would have those things separated out. Okay, so you can separate them kind of like that. Again, you're probably going to have more sections, you're probably going to have more steps, but this is just an idea to get you started, and you can kind of see like how you create those small actionable steps, right? You have that big idea of creating a website, but you have to make these tiny little steps to go through, and then you can assign them to yourself, to your team, whoever, and you can set those due dates so that they get done in a timely manner and within the deadline that you're wanting to keep. So the next tip that I have for you for staying on top of your projects and keeping them organized is to set reminders. So I use a couple different apps and alarms depending on how time sensitive the reminder is. For example, I use my iPhone's reminders app for any of those not really time sensitive tasks that can be done really at any point, like within a range, but not like right at that specific time, right? It can be done anytime, like within the morning or whatever. So things like I use one for taking out meat in the morning to let it thaw in time to cook it for supper. And then that just helps me remember to do that task at some point that morning. So it'll go off kind of like a silent little reminder. So then when I do pick up my phone, I will see that reminder and I'll be like, oh yeah, I need to take out the meat for supper tonight. And then I would use my phone's alarm to notify me and remind me of anything that needs to be done like right at that exact time or like immediately. So if I was taking a medication that needed to be taken at a certain time of day, I would do that. Anything that is that time sensitive that needs to be done right then, and can't like wait like an hour until I pick up my phone and see it, this is gonna like alarm me with the alarm app that it needs to be done right then. And then I use Google Calendar's tasks features for any non-recurring reminders that are set for the future. So things like if my daughter's school has like a dress up day or they're having like a popcorn day, I'll put that as a task for that day in my calendar so that I see it that morning and be sure to do what needs to be done for that. So these apps help me keep my personal life on track and organized. Not so much for business. Business tends to go into Asana, but I don't check Asana like on the weekends and things like that. So these help me for like my more personal tasks and projects and life things. But I obviously also have reminders in Asana so that I never miss anything when it comes to my business. So these would be any tasks that need to be done in the future or any recurring tasks that happen again on the weekdays, because that's when I am in my Asana account. So these tasks vary, but some examples are like my YouTube tasks. So on YouTube release day, I'll have reminders that my new video was published. So I need to do this list of tasks that go along with that published video. So another example is a recurring task of checking my Instagram insight. Without that reminder, I would probably never check my insights, and I wouldn't know, which posts have been performing the best so that I can plan for the future or repost in the future if I want to. This is really important for saving time in my content creation process, so I want to make sure that I remember to do it. And then if I ever do miss something, I always put it into Asana the second that I notice that I missed it, and set it as a recurring task if necessary so that I make sure that that never happens again. I always learn from my mistakes and make sure that it doesn't slip through the cracks in the future. Okay, so the next way that you can stay organized and on top of your projects is through clear communication. So always make sure that you're asking clarifying questions to clients and give clear instructions to your team. This helps a ton. If you're unsure of what tasks are a priority, where something should be stored, or whatever the case may be, instead of guessing and potentially losing time and getting off track, make sure that you're just communicating with your clients. If they have the answer, then you can quickly grab that information from them so that you can stay on top of your tasks. It's so much better to ask questions than spending a whole bunch of time trying to figure it out yourself when someone might have that answer and you can just get it in a couple minutes and save yourself that headache. All right, so the next tip I have for you on how to stay organized and on top of your projects is by keeping your physical workspace clean and tidy. A tidy workspace equals a tidy mind, or so they say. So a great tip for this that I honestly could be better at following is to take the last, 5 to 10 minutes of your workday to spend tidying up your workspace so that you start the next day fresh in a nice, clean and tidy desk or workspace, wherever your office, whatever you're working in. Because how great does it feel to start your day in a fresh, clean environment, right? And this will help you avoid distractions too, because if you see something on your desk that needs to be cleaned up, then your mind goes there instead of focusing on the task that you've been working on. It can be a really big distraction. So I would love to know what other things you do to keep yourself organized. So drop your thoughts in the comments and let's help each other stay more organized and on top of our projects. Now back to the topic of embracing tech for a second. Make sure you watch this video next to discover the top 5 tools that I use daily in my business. I hope this video was helpful for you. I can't wait to read your comments on the tips that you have so we can all help each other. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye.